I know many of you probably have had these thoughts before. Should I just lower my price? And unfortunately, it's a race to the bottom. Many of you have probably heard that phrase, a race to the bottom, meaning if you go ahead and do that, and then your competitor does that, and then you guys both just keep trading off, no one wins in that situation. And that's why when I'm at the chauffeur driven and NLA show in Vegas this past March, there can be a bit of a disdain towards brand new operators. And I get it because, these more seasoned guys, they're like, they're just killing the business for all of us. And here's the thing. And it's very hard to get out of this mindset, but you got to stop thinking about your competition. Okay. That interview I've done with Armando from SUV Seattle Services, the one I did with Christopher Watkins a few weeks back, definitely check that out. Actually, most of the interviews I've done, if you watch these operators, they are the reason they have clients. It's not something to where it's them that attract the client, right? They are their business. And I think many times, especially as a company gets larger, it's not looked at like that. But if you are consistently over delivering, if you're doing the small things that many overlook, because it's really the details. Whenever you go to, and I haven't been to very many, but a very high-end resort or hotel, man, just down to the detail, they make sure everything's done right. Like they'll do like a turn down service where I didn't even know what this was, where they come in and they, get your bed all set up for bed. They put out slippers. They leave a little chocolate on your pillow. And that was just an example of one of those things that I didn't even know. I grew up, we didn't go to hotels. We went camping and to Motel 6, which by the way, I'm sure for many of you would be a luxury vacation. So it was my first time experiencing that. And that's another thing. I think it's tough to sell to people when you really don't understand them because they are so far out of your income bracket. It is what it is, right? But it's important to remember that these things that many operators might take for granted, these small details can make a very big difference. And the clients that you really want, I talked about this last week, the clients you want care about those small details and they notice those small details. So look, it's not about competing on price. That's always a losing battle. Look, I'm also not saying that you can charge, 3 or 4 times more than everyone else. Look, the value needs to be there. But the sorts of clients you want, they will pay extra for those details, for that added level of service. And the last thing you want to do is, funny story, is a client, that we had been working with, come to find out. So someone was going, we had a landing page built for them. They were going to his form, filling it out, all their job details, sending them in. He would send them a quote. They'd be like, cool, I want to move forward. And he'd be like, oh, okay, go to this link and go ahead and book your ride. And I'm just like, oh my God, are you kidding me? This guy's actually like, are you serious? So you're a luxury service. You are having them go so that you won't have to go do it yourself. Like it almost angered me a little bit. Like, the nerve, and you're complaining about people, complaining about price, dude. Honestly, I would rather take an Uber than have someone, who is much more than Uber, having me go do all this extra work so they don't have to. It's like you're in the wrong business. This is a customer service business. And if you want to charge premium rates, you have to remember that.